Alright, it's a good thing I did not do the thing that I said I was going to do on this video, where I got Paladin and Red Mage up to level 80, and thus I could get item level 340, I think, gear? Was it? Yeah, 430, sorry, 430 gear from that crafter in like south of the Ondo Cups. Because, let me tell you, I had to zone in at the Ondo Cups and then run all the way. Well, sorry, I messed up the first time. I thought maybe like I could get across like going here and there, but that wasn't right. So to go all the way back, I probably could have teleported. That was my mistake. But the run afterwards, you go through this little thing, this little cavern to the northwest. You kind of go around some shells and shit like you saw in previous videos. You kind of go up here. And then you get to start coming down and through here, and you can choose this way for your shipwreck or this way. I chose this way this time. It was like one of those like coral cylinder. Looks like a yeah. Anyway, then through here, and then through here, and then through here, and then through here, and then through here. It was a long run, and having all that on video would have been stupid. So anyway, what we are doing now is the story quest, The End of a World, and given to us by Alice in this area that is to the northwest of this Akora Heights, which we have not yet discovered, but I can see it on the map. And let's go. It's intimidating, yes, but we have to start somewhere. Why don't we have a closer look at that tower to the southeast? We might be able to reach it from the edge of the trench. Alright, sure, let's try. Have I told you lately? And then once again, we are greeted by this massive, beautiful, like if you like tall, beautiful structures, like kind of New York City-esque kind of thing, Manhattan, you know, and that's what this is. Nice, beautiful buildings, gigantic. If this ether current lets me fly, I will die in the happiest way. Probably won't, because that would make it easier to get. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so it looks like we have to go east along this pathway. Still the outskirts of the city. I'm just gonna call it a city. It once was, and it seems to be again. It's just not bustling with, you know, people, traffic, and inhabitants of any sort. And we are finally making our way onto what, you know, this can describe as concrete. And we have reached the Akora Heights. I think we have to get inside of this building, because that is where the red circle is. The red circle matches basically perfectly with this circular, like, concrete platform we're on. I believe here's the... My housemate is having a lot of difficulty with some garbage cans outside. So pardon that. I don't think you can hear it. I think the noise canceling from my headset is actually pretty good. Unless I'm drinking something right next to the microphone. So these big imposing doors. Scions join. And I have to talk, obviously. Why wouldn't I? Look at the size of those doors. Now I know how pixies must feel. You nod. Echoing verse. Mercy Valkyr recognized. Welcome to the city of Amaurot. A-M-A-U-R-O-T. Amaurot. I'm going to call it Amaurot. Will you be riding the lift? What? Did the building just welcome you? Says Alice. Organ J thinks for a minute. Mayhap it is not so passing strange. Did Emmett Silk not invite Mercy to visit his abode? 'Tis plain thy coming was expected. Goddamn. I got this. I got this talking thing. I can do it. And where will this lift be taking us? Says Y'shtola. The lift services every level of Akora Heights, but is presently configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In the absence of some few hundred yalms of rope, we have little choice but to accept the offer, says Y'shtola. With the emphasis on the we, With emphasis on the we, I'm not about to let you walk into that place alone, Salasay. Right, let's go then. I wish to ride the lift? As you wish. The lift will arrive shortly. It wasn't set up already? Jeez, come on, damn it. The screen goes black. We hear the sounds of a lift, doors opening, and then we now see the outside of the building as we are delifted, de-elevated. Next stop, ground floor. Facilities include the Bureau of the Administrator, the Bureau of the Architect, and the Capitol. Black screen. Are we stuck? No, we made it. Okay, cool. So we're at the bottom, surrounded by tall buildings. Just a beautiful city. Got some trees planted here as well that have grown pretty tall. Like, not a lot. Cutscene speaking with Alisay. We just get kind of a panoramic view of the soaring buildings and some archways. It's only at this distance that you start to realize just how big the buildings truly are. What did the voice call the city? Amaurot? Thancred sees something, or thinks he sees something. Look, over there. Indeed, there's a tall figure. Is that a person? No, my mistake. That's a giant. It doesn't seem to have noticed us yet. Its back is to us. Black robes, kind of glowing. Giant to know. A resident of this place may have much and more to tell us. I say we make the first move. It's Alphino. Alphino, you can't just... Alisay says. Then jogs to join, or walks to join him, as do the rest of us. Oh god, his face is creepy. Has not yet turned to face us, but I saw his face its face temporarily. Pray excuse my boldness, but might I ask you a few questions? It turns. It is quadruple the height of any of us. It looks to each of them. Oh, what adorable costumes. Are you children, or on an excursion? This district has much to teach you, says the robed giant in that weird speech of his. How odd. That sounded like no language I've ever heard, and yet I understood every word, says Reen. Just as he understood us, says Y'shtola. And which district is this exactly? Says Alphino. You must be lost, poor things. You stand in the Polylerite district. I think I said that alright. Polyleritae. Polylerite, whatever. Wherein lie the institutions most vital to the management of our sorry, I'll stop. Can you tell us where to find Emmett Selk? Is my question. I see. You've come to marvel at the workings of the Convocation of 14. Hardly surprising, I suppose. The whole world holds its breath as the final days draw near, and our brightest minds race to implement their plans. It gets on like one knee in front of Alphino. Thus, you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. You should hurry home now before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? Fucking weird interaction. No, thank you. We will be fine. And he gets back up. Very well. Take care, little ones. Maybe 5 times any of our heights. Just giant indeed. And as it walks away, when it gets far enough away, it just fades out. What was that all about? Does Alisay? To my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I suspect Emmett Selk wove them from ether, much as he reconstructed the rest of the city, says Y'shtola. The The final days, says Oriange. And they wait, everybody waits for him to continue. Such words well befit the oblivion described to us by our Asian foe. A catastrophe of unprecedented scale, which did set in motion the summoning of Zodiark, and thence Heidelin herself. But that happened centuries and centuries ago, didn't it? That man spoke as if they were rushing to avert a disaster here and now. Alphina looks shocked for a second, then, unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. Oriange nods. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alphino. This ethereal Amaurot and its residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emet-Selch hath resurrected a memory, a moment in time from before the star was sundered. So, we find ourselves in a long-destroyed city inhabited by the long-departed, an unusual situation, to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage. Split up, strike up some conversations, and see if we can't learn the location of our quarry. And while we're at it, it wouldn't hurt to wheedle out a few more details regarding this convocation of 14 and their impending disaster. All says Thancred. I nod. To mingling then. Let's meet back here when our jaws start aching. Alright, end of cutscene. Let's switch out our kitty. We've had the kitty for a while now. What's next in the minion roulette? Wind up Sid. It's been a while. Cool. Alright. We do see more giants. They're about twice the height of myself on a Chocobo. So maybe 4 times the height of like one of us normally would be pretty accurate. Going up a ramp here, beautiful construction. See another giant here, just kind of walking around. Up another ramp. Got another couple trees that are planted here and well grown. Not gigantic by any means, but grown over maybe a decade or more. Anxious, Amaurotine. Good gracious, child, where is your family? You should not be alone at a time like this. Run along home, quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined to the lands across the sea, a terrible phenomenon afflicts our star. They are calling it the final days. 'Tis said it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot, and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair, every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance. An eternal fall of fiery rain, an incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point to the source of the phenomenon. 'Tis as if the star itself has fallen ill, as if a force inimical to life now festers and spreads. 'Tis only a matter of time until Amaurot too resounds to that discordant squall. You should stay with your loved ones, child. Stay with them. And it fades out. Crazy. This is very sad. Like, fuck, man. These people just... No recourse, no... We can save our world by doing X, Y, and Z, just... Some massive double doors open in front of us. We have a pragmatic Amaurotine we talk to now. An audience with Emet-Selch. I'm afraid you have the wrong office, little one, and besides, you will be far too busy to field the questions of curious children. Surely you have been told of the looming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent upon ensuring our world survives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it is said the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce credible proportions, one which promises to grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation to birth an entity of all-encompassing magnificence. and then they will rewrite the laws of existence. Holy fuck. 'Tis a huge undertaking, and it must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. And he fades. It fades. They fade. Whatever. Honestly, a human being is as much an it as a fucking cardboard box. We are an it. An it is a thing. We are a thing. We are a living thing. Still a thing. I'm a thing made up of things. I have fingers, which are things. I have a palm. I have, you know. So I don't think calling anybody an it is an insult. It's just... I mean, since we have other language to describe human beings, maybe it is, if used incorrectly. Oh, hey, there's somebody else here with their Batmobile. Interesting. Optimistic Amaurot. Twould seem the hall is host to a most Twould seem the hall is host to a most precocious visitor this day. And what, pray tell, shall be the subject of our discussion, young one? You go into it. Ah, the convocation and their handling of the coming peril. 'Tis only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 are the wisest and most puissant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible for decisions which keep the star turning season after season. Be it the speaker, the Habrea, or the emissary, Elidibus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. Sorry. Logriff, Mitron, Emitselk, their individual titles have, as a gesture of respect and a matter of tradition, become synonymous with their incumbents. Thus, it is with great incredulity that I greet this recent rumor that a seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, 'twould be an unprecedented development. And testament to the immense pressure under which our saviors are toiling. In any event, I, for one, am confident they shall deliver our star unto salvation. And it fades. They fade. They, them, it has faded. Have faded. Is there... Okay. I'm sure the next quest will have me approaching what I'm assuming is the aetheryte of this zone, but I don't know for sure. There's a lot of unexplored area left, so I don't know. Running back down a few ramps here, where Alphino, Alice, and I'm assuming the other signs will join. Anon. Mercy, if I was not certain before, then I am now. The people of the city believe they face the end of the world. I cannot imagine what purpose compelled Emitselk to recreate this ancient Amaurot. And yet, I fancy I hear his words to us echoing throughout this ocean trench. He would have his story known. The end of the world is complete. I automatically get 2 +8 determination materia, and then I have a choice of skill, speed, spell, speed, tenacity, piety. I'm going to go tenacity. As always, I would like to boost my tank abilities as much as possible. I do not have the sponsor, non-sponsor list open. So that's it for this video. I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.